This is Laramie Live on KOWB.
It is 8:40 here on a Monday edition, and it is my pleasure to welcome to the program from the Wyoming State Geological Survey, the director, Dr. Erin Campbell, is on the phone with me this morning. Good morning. How are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing well. Sounds like you're busy, so I know we're kind of in between some meetings this morning, but I greatly appreciate the time to talk a little bit about an open house that you guys got going on starting today. In fact, you guys open up here in about 20 minutes at 9 o'clock this morning, but it's on all week through Saturday. And I know Saturday hours, which we'll get to in just a moment, are a little bit different. But this is interesting, a rare mammal fossil on display. So I guess let's start with Dr. Campbell. How rare of a find is something like this?
Well, this is actually the first time that we have found a mammal like this in the Green River Formation. And the Green River Formation is about 50 million years old. It's found in southwestern Wyoming. It's one of the largest deposits of lake sediments in the world, and usually we find fish and birds and leaves and turtles. But in this case, Mr. Rick Hebden, who owns Warfield Fossil Quarries, found what turned out to be either a tapir or possibly a rhinoceros-related fossil. And so this is a very exciting find for that formation.
All right, so very exciting. Now, whereabouts are we talking about here in Wyoming with this Green River Formation precisely?
Well, this was located near Kemmerer.
Okay.
The Green River Formation actually covers a large part of southwestern Wyoming and into Utah as well. It covers about 25,000 square miles.
Yeah, that would be rather large. There's no doubt about that. First of all, I know, as I mentioned, you're the director of the Wyoming State Geological Survey. Some people might not be exactly familiar with what you guys do, and I want to talk more about the fossil here in just a moment. But what exactly do you guys, what is the State Geological Survey and what you guys do, if you wouldn't mind me asking?
Of course. The Geological Survey is a state agency, and our role in the state is to study the geologic resources, hazards, and water, and make the public, government, and industry aware of the issues and opportunities related to geology. Okay,
all right. Hopefully that lets people in a little bit more. As we're talking about this open house that's going on this week, and this will be on the University of Wyoming campus at the Geological Museum there, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., Monday through Friday, and then Saturday, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. You can actually check out the fossil we're talking about this morning, this rare find. Now, this goes back a little bit, so I'd imagine trying to extract something like this and move it around for display is not always the easiest, I would imagine, Dr. Campbell.
No, that's correct. Every fossil is different, and the number one priority is to preserve that fossil. Okay. In this case, these were in very fragile, crumbly mudstone layers, and Mr. Hebden did an amazing job of preservation when he extracted these.
So after this is found, what kind of decisions are made about, whether you go back and start searching in the same area or something along those lines? Do people keep looking in the same area, or how do decisions like that come about?
Absolutely. Well, once a fossil is found, there's definitely a higher likelihood that there will be other fossils in the area, but you have to look for the right rock type, sedimentary rocks that formed in an environment where creatures might have lived, and the Green River Formation is ideal for fossils like this. So
give me an idea of the type of process that goes into extracting something like this, or anything similar to it, I guess.
I actually was not present for the extraction of this fossil, but the key is to stabilize it when you remove it from the ground. In this case, the pieces were put into wooden boxes and kept very stable. We have to keep the fossils flat. We can't incline them because the rocks are so crumbly.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. And it sounds like 4 large slabs with the fossil material encased. Am I getting that right?
That's correct.
Okay. So there's a lot that goes to this piece. So how, I talked about, you talked about maybe this tapir. These animals are not something that we find in present-day North America, which is interesting because they're typically over in, South and Central America and Southeast Asia, I think, now.
Yes, that is correct.
Wow. So this really is truly a rare discovery, and this is why we're kind of highlighting this, folks. if you have any sort of interest, it'd be great to check this out. This is on the University of Wyoming campus this week from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. with this open house, and we'll wrap up with an 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. viewing coming up this Saturday. And then after that, this is moving on, it sounds like, over to Cheyenne. Is that correct?
Yes, the fossil will move to the State Museum next week. There is an opening there on Thursday, October 4th from 11 to 2. It'll remain in the State Museum throughout the winter, and we are currently working with other museums around the state to display it over the summer. What have you seen in terms, or how has the reaction been in terms of folks that are interested in trying to see something this rare? I mean, do you get a lot of folks wanting this to come to their museum so that they can give a chance for the public to see something so rare? We've definitely had some interest from Kemmerer and possibly the Tate Museum, and we're also actively, with the help of our Fossil Advisory Board, we're seeking researchers who can study this further and help us determine exactly what we're looking at.
All right. And what's interesting to me also, the story mentions photos taken during the fossils preparation, the X-ray and CT scans were taken actually here in town at the hospital, which is a little unique, I think.
Yes, well, we were very grateful for the help from the hospital and Stitches Acute Care, who did the CT scanning and the X-rays for us, because that really helped our preparator to know where to begin to look for the fossil material within the rock. All
right. So, well, the open house is going on. Again, it is 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. today through Friday. And then on Saturday, it goes from 11 to 3 before it moves over to the State Museum in Cheyenne for display beginning in early October, including an open house at that museum October 4th. Anything else that we've missed that people should be aware of when, in terms of just this rare specimen that's on display this week here in town?
No, we're just very excited to share this with the public, and we hope that people enjoy getting to see the video we also have of the preparation.
All right. Dr. Campbell, thank you so much for your time. I will let you go, but I greatly appreciate it, and hopefully you guys get some good crowd out there this week.
Thank you so much, Mr. Settle.